And all I did was try to move mountains to try to make everybody else happy. And in the end, I wasn't being true to myself by any means, and I own that. I own that completely. But I still move mountains to spread kindness and generosity and genuineness to everybody that I've come in contact with. Even when I was battling my addictions, those are things that I wore inside of me, but it's never anything that I went out of my way to intentionally be deceitful or, hurtful to people and walk all over them. And I have always found myself in different industries now in the last decade of my life where there's just so much corruption. There's so much dirty money. There's so much greed and corruption. And it's just, it's hard because that's so much a part of every facet of this world. And so no matter which way you slice it and turn it, you're going to be met with it, and so you have to find that duality inside yourself of what you will and won't allow, what you will and won't tolerate. I wanted to unpack manipulation, because it's really big. It's a big thing, manipulation. And I think once you start to recognize what manipulation looks like, you can then start recognizing when you're being manipulated. And business manipulation. Tactic, power through dependency and fear of loss. Gatekeeping information. Managers, executives withhold key knowledge so others might rely on them. Gatekeeping information. That's a big thing when it comes to manipulation. Those in power get a taste of power and then they manipulate it so they keep their power. Love bombing, then undermining. Overpraise to build loyalty, followed by criticism to reestablish control. And they do that. I see that everywhere when it comes to, they praise you to build loyalty, followed by criticism and chastising you in front of others. And yeah, there is a way of holding accountability, absolutely, but you do it with a manner of humility and grace and professionalism. I believe it is more than possible. We just choose not to, because those in power like to, I am power, hear me roar. Shifting standards, changing goals and expectations so success always feels out of reach. Exactly. It's like, here's this bag. All right, you got to do this to get to this bag. All right, so you did that. Then you got to dangle a little bit more, and then you got to do a little bit more to get to the bag. And it's like, it's just like dangling the bait and switch. It really is. But then you got to ask yourself, what do you got to do to get to this said bag? What things do you go against your